Far away in the east, three clever men saw the very same star, the star that God put in the sky when Jesus was born. They knew it was a sign. A baby king had been born. They had been waiting for this star. They knew it. He would come. He's here, they shouted. He's here. And I'm sure if you've been there, you would have heard the laughing, the dancing, the singing until the sun came up. At dawn, they packed up their camels, wrapped their gifts for the baby. They brought the most precious treasures of all, frankincense, gold, and myrrh. Special, sparkly, lovely smelling, gleaming things, just right for a king.
I love gold. The three wise men, actually, if you'd met them, you'd have thought they were kings because they were so rich and clever and important looking. Well, they set off. They rode their camels across endless deserts, up steep, steep mountains, down into deep, deep valleys, through raging rivers, over grassy plains, night and day and night for hours. That turned into days. That turned into weeks. That turned into months and months until at last they reached Jerusalem.
Jerusalem was by far the most important city for miles and miles around. And as anyone can tell you, that's where the palace would be, and kings are born in palaces. They went to see King Herod. Surely he knew where this baby was, but he didn't. In fact, he didn't like the sound of a new king. It made him cross. He didn't want anyone to be king except for him. But Herod's advisors told the three wise men that, written in their books, what God had said about the baby king. Go to Bethlehem. That's where you'll find him. Suddenly, a star they'd seen in the east started moving again, showing them the way. So the three wise men followed the star down a little dirt track until it stopped right over a little house. But wait, it wasn't a palace. There weren't any guards or servants or flags or red carpets or trumpets or anything. Did they get it wrong? Or was this what God meant?
Sure enough, in that little house, there, sitting on his mother's knee, they found the baby king. The three men knelt before the little king. They took off their rich royal turbans and gleaming golden crowns. They bowed their noble heads to the ground and gave him their sparkling treasures. The journey that had begun in so many centuries before had led three wise men here, to a little town, to a little house, and to a little child. To the King of God had promised David all those years before. But this child was a new kind of king. Though he was the Prince of Heaven, he had become poor. Though he was the mighty God, he had become a helpless baby. This king hadn't come to be the boss. He had come to be a servant.